This is San Diego News Daily.
Hello and welcome to San Diego News Daily. I'm Michelle Medina. Here's a look at the headlines. In City Heights, investigators are still trying to figure out what caused a smell so bad and so strong that a school had to be evacuated. 2 people were taken to the hospital, including a student. This all happened yesterday at Rosa Parks Elementary. People there say it smelled like paint thinner, but investigators couldn't find the source. The school sent an email to parents saying students were moved to an outdoor lunch area as a precaution.
I was going to the pool. I was about to go to the pool, but then there was a fire alarm, and apparently there was a chemical. They made us go to the blacktop over there.
In all, about 15 people were treated. San Diego Fire Rescue cleared the campus by noon. Some parents picked up their children. Students who stayed, though, on campus were kept outdoors. Chula Vista police will soon be using AI in their body-worn cameras. It will generate real-time transcriptions during police encounters and immediate police reports while officers are still at scenes. The City Council approved the added AI tool on Tuesday, so here's how it will work. When the officer's body-worn camera is in use, the AI tool will generate a video transcription and draft a report. But this is raising concerns among some residents.
If they're just taking words out of transcripts, they don't have the context that it was given. You know, you don't see the emotion, you don't see the feelings that it was said with.
Police say it will make those reports more structured, consistent, and complete. They claim it will save officers up to 3 hours of writing reports, which makes officers available for other emergency calls. SDG&E is answering for one of its truck drivers who hit multiple cars in Cardiff and then took off. Surveillance video captured the moment. Now you can't see it, but you can certainly hear it. This happened around 2:30 in the morning last weekend. 4 cars were hit, at least 1 was totaled. Neighbors say the road is narrow with parked cars on both sides, but they wonder why the truck was out so early in the morning and why that driver didn't stop.
I'm hoping that they were doing a job and there wasn't any other, things in their system.
SDG&E says the actions of the driver do not reflect their values. The company says it is cooperating with authorities and helping those affected resolve their claims. Syed Nasser is walking free today. He was released from ICE custody after 3.5 months in ICE detention. So this was a story that was followed all across the country, especially by U.S. combat veterans. The Afghan man worked alongside U.S. troops during the war. He came to the U.S. under the Biden administration and was detained by ICE outside immigration court in June. NBC 7 political reporter Joey Sapchek has covered the story from the beginning and was there for the emotional moment.
Syed is in this crowd behind me with his brother, his lawyer, other supporters. This whole ordeal has been full of twists and turns, and today was no exception. From the moment his lawyer found out he was set to be released this morning until he stepped off the van more than 12 hours later wearing the same shirt from that now famous video. These brothers have waited 3.5 months for this hug.
I crying with myself because I was so exciting. I was so happy.
Syed Hassan heard this morning about his brother's impending release and came down from Mojave as quickly as he could.
I'm alone here, and after that detain my brother before I was together, and after that I'm alone.
Syed Nasser has become the face of a movement to keep vetted Afghans who supported U.S. troops out of ICE detention after video of him being detained outside immigration court, first broadcast here on NBC 7, went viral.
I work with the U.S. military.
He's not ready yet to talk about his 3.5 months in detention, but his lawyer sat down with us hours after learning Syed would be released.
I think it'll restore his faith in the United States. You know, he was really devastated when he was detained.
A judge Friday morning ordering Nasser's release and saying he cannot be re-detained without a court order.
He shouldn't have to worry about being picked up on the street or anything like that because of this order.
All All Syed wanted when he tasted freedom was to taste the Afghan food he's missed for 3.5 months. His friends wrapped up some of this feast for him as they waited for his official release. A small way to celebrate, his lawyer says, that justice was served. His brother is overjoyed.
I can believe because I lost my belief to one day Syed is released.
So what's next? They will continue making Syed's case for asylum. His brother was granted asylum earlier this year. Syed's lawyer thinks they have a straightforward case. Joey Safchik, NBC 7.
Meteorologist Brooke Martell has your first alert weather forecast when we come back.
You count on breaking news.
People running in the streets, they have their kids, they have their pets.
And help preparing for the unexpected.
Small fire right now, we'll keep an eye on it.
You count on stories from your community. You count on getting different points of view.
We're still human.
And your voice being heard.
We need help.
You count on in-depth reporting.
It's a mess, and it's making people sick.
Because you know the whole story is more than just the headline. This is coverage you count on, only on NBC 7 and Telemundo 20.
Taking a look at our first Alert 7 Doppler, you can see calm conditions west of the mountain communities, but as we take a closer look just south of Julian, we're starting to see some of that activity develop here, and this is coming from the east. So we are already seeing thunderstorms. We'll talk more about that in just a moment, but I do want to let you know if you're heading to the Miramar Air Show, you get really comfortable conditions for today. We're right around those upper 60s this morning. We'll get into those low to mid 70s by this afternoon. Partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies for today. Heading to the beach, we're trending below seasonal norms, so right around those upper 60s with that cloud cover. And then over your inland valley communities, you can see that mix of mid 70s to the upper 70s, 60s and 70s for the mountains. 80s today for Borrego Springs. Haven't talked about numbers like that in a while. Let's go back to that thunderstorm potential over the mountains and desert region. So we have a flood watch in effect from 11 a.m. through this evening. And if we do see some of that heavier rain, those cells moving through, there is that potential that rainfall amounts could be anywhere from a ½ inch up to 1 inch per hour, which is why we have that flood watch in effect. Taking a look at your future weather model, here's what we're anticipating heading into this afternoon. Things gradually starting to increase and then pick up and become more widespread right around 3-4 o'clock and really stretching from the deserts to the mountain communities. There is that chance, although some of these models aren't picking it up right now, that moisture could get up over the mountaintops and drift into the valleys, possibly even the coastline. We just can't rule out that chance. Otherwise, it looks like we'll be drying out as we head into your Sunday. And we are tracking Hurricane Nardo right now. This is at a Category 1, but it's having influence on our local swell here. So we could see we have a beach hazard statement that goes into effect tomorrow morning. It'll last through Tuesday. We're talking strong rip current risks, especially for the south-facing beaches. But take a look at these wave heights, up to 8 feet. So if you plan on heading to the coastline, please be careful because these conditions, as we know, can definitely be dangerous. And here's a look at the 10-day forecast. So we trend up a little bit by Sunday, and then those temperatures hold fairly steady going into the end of this upcoming week. You can see gradual warming for the inland valleys, which could mean some low 80s make their return. We'll stay close to the 70s for those max daytime highs over the coast, and we'll stay right around the 70s for the mountain communities. However, for the desert region, right around the mid to upper 80s the next 2 days before we get back into those 90s for this upcoming week. Nichelle?
All right, Brooke, she just mentioned it a short time ago, but you know, a lot of people will have their eyes on the sky this weekend. That's because the Miramar Air Show is back with a lot to see and hear. Thousands of people expected to visit MCAS Miramar this weekend to see the demonstrations in the air and military displays on the ground. For many, coming to the air show is a tradition.
This is fabulous. This is great.
I love seeing all the planes fly around in the sky.
It was a time to be drafted and we served, and now we're here to celebrate other people.
We love the environment, like the military environment always is called to us, and he loves it too. So I get excited to see that he really enjoys it and I really enjoy it.
The show continues later today and tomorrow. There's more coverage you can on at NBC7.com. You can always find us on your Roku or Samsung Smart TV app. I'm Nichelle Medina. Thanks for watching.